ultimate performance on the ultimate day from the Ultimate Warrior.
The Scandinavian sensation.
Hej. Tack för sist. Välkommen tillbaka. Det har gått att snacka med alla igen. Thank you for the last time. Thanks for being here. It's really good to talk to you all again. Doing pretty good on my New Year's resolution stuff. I have been eating better. I've been exercising. My work is pretty good workout every day. 10, 11 hours of that a day will kick your butt, especially when you're my age. But I've been doing, for those of you that aren't caught up, feel free to go back and look at my videos. I have a YouTube channel under my name, Arild Larsson, Arild Larsson. And all you have to do is type in my name in YouTube, pop right up. And I actually don't know how many videos I've got, 20 or 30, I'm thinking. And I'm trying to get more regular with this. So if you like what you see, if you like the stories and hearing about Norway and different things, give me a thumbs up and give me a subscription. I appreciate it. I'm here to, like I've said, try to do a kind of video diary for myself. And by the way, I'm in Phoenix. Took about 3 weeks off for the holidays. That was fantastic, being home with the family and friends, and we had a lot of good times and had a really nice holiday. Kate and I, my wife, went out and hung out at some coffee shops a few times, went out with friends. New Year's Eve we went and spent in Salt Lake City, stayed in a hotel up there and celebrated with a couple other couples. That was a lot of fun, although it was quite cold. Anyway, so I'm trying to kind of do this for myself as well as hopefully maybe entertain. If you are entertained, I'd appreciate you following me. But I mentioned in the last video, maybe the one before that excuse me, I'm doing dry January, so no beers. On day 17, so going along pretty good. Got a couple more weeks, and I won't lie, I miss my beer, but it's I know it's good for me too to take a break once in a while. And so, what was I saying? Oh, in the past videos, the last one or the one before, excuse me, I mentioned that I never do New Year's resolutions, but I did do one this year. One was trying to keep up on doing YouTube, trying to make it more interesting, coming up with stuff that will interest anybody of Norwegian descent, into Vikings, into Norwegian American, and just that kind of stuff. And the other resolution was I wanted to lose about 10 to 15 pounds. I think I'm down about 5 pounds right now. Excuse me, something in my throat. And I'm working towards that, and I'm pretty sure by the end of February I'll get where I want to be, maybe even better. Anyway, I've mentioned all the time I love my Norwegian heritage on Facebook, and I'm part of a couple other groups too. I joined I think it's called Viking Mythology group on Facebook, and it's an interesting group. There's a real mix there. There's some stuff that kind of borders on shit I don't like. I don't need to go into details. You know what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of cool stuff too. People talking about different Viking symbols and Viking history, and which is what I really dig. I like looking into it. Speaking of which, so I've got this video queued up on my laptop here. Hopefully this sound will pick up. Damn it. I was going to use my new mic that Kate got me for my birthday, and I forgot again. Next time. Anyway, I've got this video queued up on my laptop here. My cousin Tom in Norway. Tom, hvis du ser på dette, hei. Vi snakkes snart igjen. he turned me on to this. It's called Valhalla Calling, and it's by Miracle of Sound featuring Peyton Parrish. And I loved it the first time I heard it. It just has this sound, and I'm going to kind of play it in the background. Well, I'll let it play for a second so those of you that haven't heard it can kind of get a feel for what it sounds like. But look it up if you dig this kind of just driving hard music. I'm a rock guy. I'm a rock guy and I'm a country guy, which might sound like opposites, but they're not. I love classic rock. I grew up in the 70s and early 80s. I love rock and roll, but in the early 90s, I started listening to country, and I love country too. I can listen to almost anything. I like most music. There's a few things I don't like, but my wife and I have quite different tastes, but she even liked this song. I played it for her. So here, I'm going to play a little bit of it, and then I'm going to turn it down and just kind of play it in the background. But hopefully you could hear this. I just dig it. It makes me want to go out and be Rocky Balboa, start punching and not punching, but just, you know, it just gets me all hyped up. I should listen to this while I'm working, because, man, I would be a freaking animal working. This guy, Miracle of Sound, turn it down a bit, is, you know what, I'm going to see how this sounds, make sure it's not overwhelming my video, and I will be right back. Okay, that wasn't too bad, I don't think. I am going to keep playing it in the background here. I'm going to turn it down a little more. They've got a couple of songs that I've listened to that I really like, and so that's kind of what I wanted to talk a little bit about, is music. There's so much negativity in the world. There's a lot of positive too. There's a lot of good people. I'm not perfect by any means. I don't claim to be, but I try really hard to be positive and upbeat, and try to bring a smile to people's faces, help people when I can. And I think music is just kind of this force that can really be a force for good. If you've ever been to a concert, like we went to Garth Brooks, actually 2 years in a row we went, not this past summer, but the summer before and the summer before that. I got a little funny story about that too, Garth Brooks. Anyway, when you're at a concert and there's music playing that everybody digs, whether it's heavy metal or like Norwegian black metal, I think they call it, or dark metal, it's like heavy metal. That's not really my thing, but when a group of people are all together and, you know, they're singing along and they're high-fiving each other and everybody's smiling and laughing and having a good time, and there's just something about music. And I have been a music nut my whole life. I remember I was 12 years old, so it was right before we went to Norway, because we went to Norway for Christmas in 1975. I turned 12 just about a week before we went. But for my 12th birthday, I think it was my 12th birthday, I got one of those digital clock radios. You remember those with it was analog and the numbers would flip over, and you know, you could see it turn over, kind of like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. And that radio was never off. If I was in the room, whether I was awake or asleep, that radio played all the time. I know every song from about the mid-70s till the mid-90s, and as far as country, I know everything from the early 80s to now. There are very few songs. We play this game. I used to play it with my brother Eric all the time. Hey, Alec. Him and I, nah, it's too coarse. We call each other a name, but I don't need to put that on here. Anyway, Eric, you know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm thinking of calling you. Him and I used to play this all the time when he worked for me. We'd have the radio playing, and this was, of course, before... There's the end of the song. This was before iPhones and smartphones and all that crap, internet, way before all that. And we would play a game where you guess the song. And I would usually win, you know, like 55-2 or something like that. And I had a friend, it makes me sad saying had a friend, because I've got a lot of friends. I've had a lot of friends in my life that are still my friends, but this particular friend and his wife, we were super close with, and I don't need to go into details, but we had a falling out a few years ago. I still miss them. And I really miss them because they live really close to us. But anyway, him and I would play this, and he's the only person that's ever given me any kind of run for my money. When people are like, oh, I can name songs, blah, blah, blah. We were going to go on that game show a few years ago. I can't remember who hosted it, Wayne Brady or Howie Mandel or somebody, some game show host. And they'd play a couple of notes. I mean, they're literally songs where I can hear one note of the song and boom, you know, Exile, Kiss You All Over, or Dr. Hook, Sharing the Night Together, or Garth Brooks, Calling Baton Rouge. And it's just kind of my thing. I got a lot of things, but it's something I really dig. I love music, and my point was music brings us together. And I'm going to do a little more research. Maybe I'll, man, who was it? Somebody I just ran into from so my cousin, she moved to Houston a few years ago. She got remarried, and her husband's American, and he gave me a list of like a bunch of Norwegian bands, not counting a-ha. a-ha is the ABBA of Norway, I guess, but I dig a-ha. I'm not slamming on them. So maybe I'll do a video about Norwegian music and, you know, anyway, the reason I played this, I'm sorry, I'm scatterbrained. I just like talking. The reason I played the Viking song I just played for you, Valhalla Calling by Miracle of Sound featuring Peyton Parrish. And I mean, they look like Vikings. There's this thing going around Facebook right now, especially amongst the Norwegian groups. There's an app where you can make yourself look like a Viking. And it's pretty cool. You know, it's got the long hair and the braids and the whole braided beard, and you know, the women have the braids. It's kind of hot. It's kind of cool. But it makes me miss my long hair because 2 years ago, for those of you that I've been friends with on Facebook or on Norwegian Heritage Group for a few years now, my hair was, I mean, down to the bottom of my back for a while. And I really like having long hair. In fact, I'm thinking of growing it out again just because I kind of dig it. But it's a pain in the ass. It really is. And I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that kind of thing is going around. That look is kind of in right now. The whole, for anybody that's got any kind of Scandinavian heritage, the Viking thing is kind of a big thing. Another side tangent that I have a bit of a beef with, and I know I'm going to say this, and feel free to comment, feel free to contradict me. I'm not easily butthurt. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Especially if I don't know you, you can call me names. It's not going to mean anything to me. If you give me a compliment or something nice about the video, that does mean something to me. I really appreciate it. And if you've watched this far, we're, I don't know, 13 minutes in, then, wow, thank you very much. But the word Viking, and I've actually done a fair bit of research on this myself. So I have strong opinions about what the word Viking means, because there's this thing, especially on Facebook, if you say, I'm a Viking, my ancestors were Viking, I'm a Viking, every single time somebody is going to say Viking is not a person, it's a job description. I'm going to disagree with that. and I can show all kinds of things to back up my opinion of this. But you know, if that's what you think, I think a lot of the people that say that crap are just looking to be trolls. There's a Norwegian thing, or just be contradictory, just to be contradictory, or mean. There's always somebody puts, like I saw somebody today misspelled Bergen, the city Bergen in Norway. They spelled it with an A, and of course the very first comment was, that's not how you spell Bergen. Oh, good Lord, you knew exactly what the guy meant. He doesn't live in Norway. He's proud of his Norwegian ancestry. Anyway, one of these times, I keep threatening to talk more about Viking culture and Viking history, not Vulcan history. That's a totally different thing. Live long and prosper, however you do that. You know, that's a funny thing. I can't really do that because I have this really screwed up little finger. And it's funny because it's always been an issue. When I was a little kid, my teachers, I'd be writing and that finger is always sticking out. And they'd come and cram my finger in, cram it in. And I was like, it won't stay. Kate and I were watching this show on Vikings a few years ago. And take this for what, you know, with a grain of salt. But there was a Viking king, I can't remember which one, and he had this kind of messed up finger. So yes, I am royalty. No, I'm not. Kidding. I think royalty is stupid. But, that's going to offend some people too. But yeah, so it was actually a trait amongst a group of Vikings way back in the 800s, 900s, early thousands. Viking Age was basically started around 793 AD and went till, it's debatable, somewhere in the mid thousands. And I don't mean 1500s, I mean like 1050. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. I'm good at that. I can sit and talk, even though I'm talking to myself in my hotel room. Pretty cool murals back here. Nice hotel. It's finally getting warm in Phoenix. I froze my ass off last week. Not supposed to happen in Phoenix. But yeah, so anyway, if you got this far, wow, thank you very much. You put up with my rambling for this long. Give me a subscription or a subscribe, however you click the bell, do the ding dang, thummy thumb, whatever. Like I said, I do this as much for myself as for other people, but hopefully it's entertaining and kind of fun and something lighthearted to take your mind off whatever crap people are dealing with. I just briefly went through a pretty rough couple of days about a week and a half ago with my brother, Trond. We thought we were going to lose him. And sorry. I reached out to the Facebook group. I love my Norwegian heritage, and was completely overwhelmed with the outpouring of love. And I thank you very much for that. Anyway, before I turn into a boob here, I think we'll end it here. And I'm going to stay true to my resolution. I'm going to keep doing these things. I might do some shorts, some video shorts, 1-2 minute videos. So you don't have to listen to me ramble for quite so long. But I really appreciate you listening. Ha en helt fantastisk uke. Have a great week. Till nästa gång, vi snackas igen snart. Till next time, we'll talk again soon. Ha det gott och nice it up. Cheers.
The ultimate performance on the ultimate day.